You're sending, okay, blessings, Samarella, and you got this, brother. Yeah, thank you. Hey, what's up, Cherokee? Nice to see you as well. Um, yeah, so when I put that, if you guys watch on the community tab, sometimes, like, when I don't have the ability to do a video or things are going on and I really don't have much time, I'll always put something in the community tab. So I showed that I managed to get some THCA stuff from a store a little bit before it was supposed to come out. I'm not going to really talk more about that just because I don't want to, cause issues. But somebody ended up dropping me some so that I could go back to the store and get some more. So I waited until I waited until like 10 o'clock this morning to leave the hotel room, and the store wasn't open. I was so disappointed, but I'm sure I'll find another one along the way. I learned some interesting things that are going on, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But once I get either out of this state or it gets around August or September, then I'll kind of open my mouth on some of this, just because I don't want to screw up a good thing, and I'll just leave it at that. So, but I got a treat for you guys. Okay. Well, you guys can sit back and listen to me for a second. Sam, just stay where you're at. I am going to show you where we're camping at tonight. So check this out. You see that waterfall over there? We're going to sit over here. Oh, crap. I better go grab my shoes. I ain't walking on these rocks. Hold on a second, guys. So, and there's Sam, of course. Okay. So if you haven't got vertigo, you will soon. But check this waterfall out. So we are in Richmondale, okay, and there is a kayak place because there's the river and everything else like that, and so therefore, they have access to it. So you see the boats over there. So I already called the lady. I said, hey, I want to da-da-da-da. And so they said, oh, yeah, down there. And they said there was a waterfall. And I'm like, cool. I get to sleep next to a waterfall tonight. Yes, Cherokee, a 420 store. Yes, I found one. And I found a gram for like $12. It was in a pre-roll. If you look at the picture, you'll see it because I took a picture of it. It was freaking amazing. I still got some left. I mean, it was a gram. Hey, what's up, All American Prepper? It was a gram, but it was still, and out here when you're walking on trail, it's kind of a detox. So it makes the whole experience so much more intense. So you need so much less. But look at that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Orange? Nice to see you. Okay, we got, okay, so I got people in here and everything else like that. If you guys missed it last night, All American Prepper and I did a live stream together. It'll be done different next time because I know a lot of you guys were telling me that you were waiting for it to show up on my side and just the way that it was done. And next time when I'm going to show All American Prepper how to do it, but when here in the next couple of weeks, he's going to come over here and we're going to collaborate on this side, and then that way I'll show him how it notifies both of us. But normally there's a function, it's called Go Live Together, but you'll have to use the mobile function to do it, and so therefore it will show on both channels, and we'll get that worked out next time. So for those of you guys that missed the live stream, you can definitely find it in the community tab as well, because I put a link there, or you can go over to All American Prepper's page and see it there. And if you are coming over from his channel, I'd like to welcome you as well. I did see quite a few of you there. I saw Jeremy there. I saw Alfred there, just a guest. I saw Scott. Let's see, I know that there was a few other people there and stuff like that. So while I'm giving you this mesmerizing view, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story of kind of what's been going on the last few days, because I talk about it on All American Prepper's channel, but there's some stuff that I held out because I wanted to save it for tonight, because the great thing about my life is that every experience I have, I look at it as a lesson, as a way to not only learn for myself, but to be able to teach myself. And if you guys remember, there was a subscriber, Fruity Pebbles, that was kind of reaching out to me. Hey, you got a girlfriend and stuff like that. So if you guys remember that, well, she and I ended up connecting, and we're having a conversation in the background and stuff like that. And it's definitely interesting. But I got to tell you, it's a little funny that somebody would think that I have women chasing me. It's like, no. And if they did, I wouldn't even know it anyways. You'd have to be directly and blunt, just like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't even notice. It's not what I'm not actively seeking. So, hey, what's up, Bucknut? Glad to see you. So, but this is the view for the night that you guys get to see. I'll be talking about what's going on. I want to talk about, I don't like airing my dirty laundry. And I don't like talking about certain personal things on here. And so I'm going to have to figure out a balance, but I do share my life with you guys. So I wanted to at least let you guys know. So if you see in the comments or see a different reaction from me, you at least understand why. With that being said, the trail, hold on a second. Oh, we've got Sam, come here. Come here. Hold on, guys. Come here. Oh, she's safe. She's just a puppy. She likes to socialize. See, she's wagging her tail. Yeah. Okay, so we're down here. Hold on a second. Let me. It's gonna take me just a second here, guys. Are you the lady that I talked to on the phone for the kayak place? No. Oh no. Okay. So I don't know. They were just telling me and stuff like that. But I'm doing a live stream. But if she wants to play with you guys and you want to play with her, go for it. Okay. So. Okay. So but we'll go back over here because YouTube does not allow me to have certain things in the background without parental consent, and so I'm not sure that, yeah, anyways. So Sam is over there playing with them. Oh, actually, she's got her own thing. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I have to, part of doing a live stream and kind of being in public is that we have to is that I kind of have to deal with things. Sam, come over here. Come on. Yeah, Spaz dog, come lay down. Yeah, I know, you got to say hi. Come here. Kick it down. Oh, then kick it down. So I think she got a spur. Okay, so sorry about the interruption, guys. So we'll go back to regularly scheduled programming. But kind of one of the things I was talking about on All American Prepper, if you guys missed the live stream, was, hold on, Samantha, get your butt over here now and kick it down. Yeah, we're done. Kick it down now. Is that we're getting pushed off of trail because the trail, has had a lot of washout. So there was a storm that went through a few weeks ago, and what it did is it knocked over some trees, and it's really washed out the trail, so that I was getting kicked or pushed off trail like as far as like a half a mile in some sections, and it's just not being maintained. Not exactly sure why. Not exactly sure, because on the Florida Trail, something like that, they would go in there and they would fix it fairly, quickly. It's been 2 weeks since then, so I would expect to see some signs that they have been out here on the trail, but I haven't seen anything, and so it makes it much harder to walk the trail. And here's the truth, to really consider if you are going to be looking at traveling during SHTF or anything else like that. Yes, Mustard Seed, I'm technically homeless. The world is my home. So, but if you have to push your way out, let's say civil unrest, whatever, you guys hear me talk about it all the time, okay? And so you have, if you have to get on the move, if you're thinking about using trails are good up to a certain point. The trails have got obstacles. So each trail that you take, if you want to stay 100% on trail, it's a real obstacle course. You're going to be doing some stupid stuff that if you were using the trail strictly for traveling, you would not be able to. It would not work for you. Okay, and um, uh, just so you're gonna have to kind of do a hybrid, and knowing it, not just having you're probably now I see where the use of having maybe a vinyl, or like just basically an 8 by 10 map of the state, where you've got the cities, you've got the roads and stuff like that. But you're gonna every state you go through, you're gonna have to get that map, because on one hand you can stay on trail, but if they're not maintaining the trail or it gets dangerous, you're gonna have to pull off and go do a road walk. Now, yeah, you'll move down the trail much quicker. We've moved basically 100 miles down trail in 3 days. And so, I mean, we've done really well, but the road walk is benefiting us. I mean, that's how we got this. I could have gone on trail and I'd be up in the mountains right now. Now, I did see a cell tower, and I was like, I bet you where I stop, it'll end up dropping me down in the valley. So I want to do a live stream tonight, because one, I promised one, and two, I miss you guys. You guys are my, oh, hey, Kim, nice to see you. My just the way that everything's going, I kind of wanted to have the time to sit back and chat with you guys and get to know you guys, or not get to know you guys, but to all that other stuff. So it's just we're moving along, and I'm trying to take time and actually enjoy it. I mean, we've got a 4,000 to 5,000 mile walk, and if all we're trying to do is just hike the trail instead of enjoy the trail, being able to see things, there might be some times where we need to get off, because whether it be the condition of the trail, or be able to do certain other things, and things like that. You're gonna want to get off and enjoy it. Right now, we're traveling in a way to where we want to enjoy it. Now, if we're running from like civil unrest, or let's just say that the Russian threat is real, and they wipe out the whole East Coast with their ballistic missile subs, well then, and their cruisers and stuff like that, how you're going to have to move. You're going to have to move inland to get away from that. There's going to be, refugees. You're going to see buildings and military installations that are broken down, and so you're going to have to move, and you'll have to move quickly. Okay, and sometimes those roadwalks will get you through, but also they can be treacherous. If you are not a social person, if you don't fit in well with the public, you're going to have a lot more of a challenge to be able to do something like this, because you have to be able to talk. So there's Kim and Jordan. I saw her message that I met them at the Dollar General today. Her and I guess her other half. They wanted to see Sam. They like Sam and stuff like that. And I was telling them about trail. And so one, I'm along the trail, so I'm still mirroring the trail, but I'm using the roads to get past the treacherous parts of the trail, and kind of using it to my advantage and doing a hybrid there. And that's working for me for the most part. And it's actually turned out better, because this creek, I mean, I wouldn't have even known it was here unless I saw the kayak place, and that's why we stopped at the Dollar General versus the Family Dollar across the street, because otherwise we wouldn't have really known where to stay. But one of the things I've learned, and one of the best parts about even doing road walks is alongside the trail, is that you're going to be following a large body of water in some form or fashion, and along that route you will always have creek access, one for your own water, but two, you also have an opportunity to catch some Z's and sleep and stuff like that. Now, we're 5 miles from Londonderry right now, maybe 6 miles, and we don't have to be there till Thursday for a package to show up and to do the live stream post-debate. Now, Alfred had asked that I do a post-debate live stream. So that means I'm going to be watching it. We're going to sit back. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my own take on it. You guys are going to give me your opinion. We're going to sit back and have a conversation, and probably until dark. Okay. So, it just that's kind of what's coming up. So I'm gonna talk to the kayak place, even though the creek access I don't think is, I think it's public access. I also kind of don't want to create a not an eyesore. I don't want to make angst. So today before it rained, so we got these big old rain clouds that are coming in, right? And we're going over a bridge just as we're about to come into the straightaway for to come in here to Richmonddale, and we jumped under. Now I kind of rode. I did the hopscotch of the boulders, but all the way down and got under the bridge. And Sam and I went down there. It was kind of like 90 something degrees. I didn't realize it was so hot. And so I took her down to the river, let her get in there, swim, cool off, get her drink on, bring her back over. We rode out the rainstorm for about 10, 15 minutes. And then we got back on the road. Well, I found an easier way out of there. We were kind of walking along somebody's property, and he was cool about it. But then I realized I forgot my water bottle with my filter on it. And so I had to double back and get it. And I left Sam right there across the street. And so he came to check out, see what I was doing. I had a conversation with him and stuff like that. So you don't want to create angst within a community. As a traveler, yeah, you can stay a day, maybe 2 tops, but you should always keep moving. On trail, if you're in a city for longer than 48 hours anyways, that's considered a vortex. And even like the trail hostels and stuff like that, they're so aware of what's called a vortex, that they will stop giving you service and tell you to get back out on trail. Not that they don't want your money, but they know that, some places just you've been on trail for so long that you're so exhausted that you get that rest and you just kind of don't want to go because you're getting fat, happy, and docile. And there are times like the Pinhoti Outdoor Center was like that for me. Heflin almost became like that for me. On the Pinhoti. I mean, I love the trail towns on the Pinhoti, and they're absolutely phenomenal. But you can't really, if you stay longer than that, then you should be aware that there's a vortex going on, and you need to break that vortex and complete your hike, okay, or complete your travels, because you got places to go, things to do. Otherwise, why would you be on the road, right? So let's go ahead and get to some of your comments and questions and stuff like that. So I saw Dakine, Cherokee, All-American, Mr. Orange, Palm Coast Prepper. Hey, what's up? Going on? All right, what's up, Bucknut? Okay, nice view. Mustard seed. Well, by technicality, yes, I am. But I'm. There's different kinds of homeless. Okay. You have your homeless that you see in the cities, and a lot of those guys are the ones that have given up and have probably descended into some form of addiction, okay? Those are guys that have just kind of, the world came crashing down on them. They just did not have the mental fortitude, and they cracked. And about 1% of a city's population is homeless. It's a lot larger than that, but the reason why they're the eyesore is because those are the ones that have backslid so far that they can't really get back up on their feet. They're going to struggle a lot more than you have your hobos that ride trains, and so they're moving all the time. They're going through cities. They're doing their thing. Then you also have the nomads like me. I've rubber tramped it. I've ridden trains, and then and also I walk the trails, do the road walks, done Greyhound. I've done different forms of traveling to get all over this country, off and on for the last 25 years, including the van life. And I will tell you that there are different kinds of homeless, and even so the standard connotation is, are you homeless? Not in that way, but in the technicality of the sense, yes, I am. And if you've watched any of my content, or if you want to go back and watch some of my older content, you'll understand how I got out here, what happened, how I lost my business and things like that. It's not like I just all of a sudden decided, screw it, I don't feel like working anymore. No, I, like many others here that are former small business owners, we lost a lot during the pandemic, but during the pandemic and post-pandemic. If you survived longer than a year after the restrictions were lifted affected. You were a strong business, but not very many, like half of our businesses went under. And, I, along with like American Prepper and Bushcraft and others that are here, have experienced that, and it just is what it is. Okay. So, yes, Kim, and yes, met you in Richmondale. Yeah, at the Dollar General. I just talked about you. Unhoused. You know what? I understand, Lizard Hunter, that people call it unhoused. It's just like, so my old man was born at a time when you didn't say that you don't know your father. They would technically call them, the legal term for them was calling them a bastard. Okay, so my old man, because he doesn't know who, well, up until recently didn't know who his biological father was because of certain things that went on, he would be people would describe him as a bastard. Okay, and so now all of a sudden we've decided to be nice about it. We don't want to hurt their feelings, and now we're calling them, oh, well, he just didn't know his father. And although that might be a nicer description of it, it doesn't take away from the fact of the overall effects that it has on you. So to use unhoused is just, it's not really helping the situation. Making me feel better about the title that you give me is not going to do anything to fix my situation. Okay, Dollar General in Richmond. Yeah, I've been watching your videos and subscribed. Well, thank you, Kim. I'm so glad to welcome to the family. Just so you know, about on trail, as long as I got signal, at 7 o'clock, I do a live stream. We have a good family here. That's why we call it Tuck and Sam's, where everybody knows your name. I still haven't created the shirt, but I will create the shirt eventually, guys. I just, when you're always on the move, it's kind of hard to sit back and get a lot of the back office stuff that I need to get done. Maybe one day somebody will volunteer to be my manager and do something like that. But that would be something that would have to take a lot of trust for somebody to manage me, because and I'm sure some of you guys who've had managers know what I'm talking about. So do you have the app All Trails? No, actually I'm using Hiker and Far Out. And also Gaia, depending upon the trail, is what app you have to use. Far Out doesn't have the American Discovery Trail. It has the popular trails, and everybody uses Far Out. And so therefore, if you're not on Far Out, then nobody's going to know your trail. And then that's what's causing trails to die, is because of their popularity with an app, and then the app doesn't cover the trail for whatever reason. And they should be covering the trail, because the American Discovery Trail is probably one of the most important trails that you could be on, as far as if you wanted to go anywhere in the country, because it goes from Delaware to San Francisco. And what that means is it's going to cross the East Coast Greenway, which will take you up and down the coast. It's going to cross the Appalachian Trail and the East Coast or Eastern Continental Trail, which takes you from Maine to Key West. And then you're going to also cross the Great Divide, which is in Colorado, which is going to take you from Montana all the way down to New Mexico. And then it's also going to cross the Pacific Crest Trail. You're also crossing the North Country Trail, which will take you up into Minnesota and places like that. You can go south and get on some of the southern trails and things like that. And so those things are that this trail is instrumental to the logistics of being able to allow foot traffic to move throughout the country should we ever have any supply chain issues. Okay, and the people that are along it, that's their opportunity. They're going to get to meet people. They're going to be out by the side of the road, but they're also going to be a little skittish. And so therefore you got to tread lightly and understand that if you're going to travel, then travel. You're not going to be like a homeless person that goes from city to city and then sits there and camps in the city for 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, until he gets ran out, or he burns all of his bridges and goes on to the next city, because you have a lot of homeless that do that as well. Okay, and so there's different types of homeless, but as far as the app go, it depends upon the trail and the app that they use. And so Hiking America is $7 a month for everything that I need. It gives me real-time updates and all that stuff. I've been considering getting it, but I was also considering, do I stay on this trail or do I get off? And I'm like, I don't have a legitimate excuse to get off. And as somebody who's been surviving out here for more than a year and a half, it would be like me not being who I am and just getting off trail. Just because the trail gets difficult doesn't mean I get off. Now, those of you that have my phone number that we text back and forth, every once in a while, you're gonna hear me whine and bitch and say I want my mommy, and because I'm just having a hard day on trail because I just don't understand the methodology. Like, these trails are more than just an obstacle course. It's a form of travel, and you're taking that away by making it a physical challenge. Not it just that's what I don't understand about the trails. So what's up, Lizard Hunter? You're at our creek. We always go swimming and fishing there. Yes, it is a very, very nice creek. And the lady that was at the kayak center that was telling me about this place was kind of saying something like that. What's up, family? Okay, where are you traveling from here? My next stop would be Londonderry, where I pick up a package from Alfred, and then I do the live stream, and then from there we'll be moving towards what is it? Not St. Augustine. Parkersburg, which is the West Virginia border. So right before we get to, there's a spur trail that takes you off the Buckeye Trail, which is part of the American Discovery Trail. It will take you into Parkersburg, and then you got to do the West Virginia section. And I'm hoping that this app has the full section, but the app isn't really that good, in my opinion. It really isn't. So, sorry, Texas here now. Okay, I didn't realize this was 6 p.m. Yeah, I know. It's just like all of a sudden I was kind of getting in everything. What's up, Melody? I'm glad to see you here. Do you use a tent to sleep? Actually, I use a hammock. I need to get me a hybrid one that's a hammock / tent. It's about $100 through Walmart. I just haven't gotten it. I'm probably gonna end up getting it next month because it's gonna be essential, because like here, all I can do is lay down my tarp, use my underquilt as a pad, and my sleeping bag, and I'm just gonna lay here on the ground tonight because there's no place to be able to pitch my hammock. And then sometimes you run into that. I don't mind sleeping on the ground, but I kind of want to be able to have Sam enclosed so I can just have her in there, and if anything's going on, she's in the tent instead of trying to run and get in the middle of everything. So, but no, I like my hammock because it's good for recovery time. So like when you're walking these trails, Kim, what ends up happening is you're wearing your body out. So if you're not eating, you're not getting proper nutrition, you're not getting the proper carbs, you're not hydrating properly, you're not taking the rest, and you do what I do, which is run yourself into the ground, in order to be able to make it the next day. Because I blow out on the Florida Trail, I would blow out my legs at least twice a week. I blow out my legs every so often now, but Sam is also making me go about 5 miles a day, less than what is my normal average. I do 20, unless I'm doing steep hills, then I count on 10 because I know it's going to take me all day. Like the Little Smokies, that's 10 miles a day, 7 if you want to be nice to yourself, because all it is just straight up and straight down, and you're not really moving faster than maybe a half a mile to a mile an hour going up steep hills that are just absolutely crazy. So, but for the most part, having that quick recovery time, like with the blowout of my legs and stuff, it's much better on my body. And also another thing that's really weird this time versus the previous times I've been on trail, last night I slept 3 hours. I mean, part of it was being in a hotel room, and it's been so long since I've really been inside to really enjoy it, and I'm not one that really likes my environment changed a lot. So like if I were to go rent an apartment, it would take me about a week before I could actually adjust enough to get some sleep. So the constant transition, so either I'm outside or I'm inside. And outside I'll sleep like a baby, I'll get like 6 hours sleep, but I'm used to sleeping about 8 to 10. And so I've been sleeping no more than 6, and on an average of 3 to 4 hours a night, which is not really good. So that is another thing. But again, Sam is not really running me into the ground, so my body is preconditioned to do the heavy hiking that I'm used to doing, but I'm not doing it. So I think that's why I'm having more energy and not getting as much sleep as I normally would. Okay, so yeah, keep on trucking. Yeah, hey, what's up? Okay. I had to take my son some blood work and testing. Other than that, I and my son are doing very good for just for now. Thanks. Oh, I'm glad to hear that your son is doing well. I hope there's nothing wrong with him. Thanks, Lizard Hunter. I appreciate that. Good to hear. I watched your friend Slack Hobo and saw he rides trains. Yes, he does, and he is a hell of a banjo player. If you watch some of my shorts, and you hear some of the old hobo songs from the 20s and 30s, that's actually Slack who sings. And yeah, he's awesome. And he said to meet him in like the New York Yard or something like that. I'm hoping that he comes across me again before I get to Washington D.C. But I would really like to. I'd like to ride trains with him one more time. And I'd like to be able to get some more of his banjo music because he's so good at playing banjo. He really needs to start doing his own music production because he's very talented. And he has his own style. But yeah, you should definitely listen to some of the shorts that I have. And even over on Sam's channel, the first couple of them, I used his music, so which is Adventures of Sam the Dog. So, okay. Have you ever been to Wrightwood, California, or the Pacific Crest Trail? I have not been to the Pacific Crest Trail directly. I've been all over California, Oregon, not really Washington, but California and Oregon, I've kind of traveled all over because I grew up in Oregon, and I ended up traveling all over California for a few years. Hit the like button. It really helps the channel, and it also makes you less desirable to mosquitoes. That is a good one. That is a good one. Jeremy, you're always, okay. So what makes me, okay, it makes you feel better. Okay. Not from west side or east side, not even south and north side. We're from outside. That is true. That should be made into a chant. And next thing you know, you got homeless singing that as they're walking down the street. I don't take sides. Okay. We already discussed giving fans the rock star treatment. You're the lead singer, and I'd be a road manager. Oh, okay. Okay, so I apparently missed that conversation. Okay, you need to catch me up to speed. I'll catch it over on Patreon. So apparently I've already got a manager, and I just need to get myself pimped out. So, do the trails got long when you don't get them on the rough trail? I don't know what you mean by that, Drawn Sean. Do they get wrong? Sam? Hold on, guys. Sam, over here. Hey, they're not here to play with you. Get over here. Get over here, spaz dog. 1, 2. Yes, you better lay it down. I said lay it down. Do they get long when they get rough? I mean, I don't do short trails. I look at a trail like last year I tried doing the ECT, and then I got sick from a vendor. That's why I don't like Cave Springs, and I won't go through Cave Springs because if I do, I'm going to catch a felony. But this guy not only ripped me off his $700, but he wasn't washing his hands while he was cooking the meat, and he'd already been shut down by the health department, and he was still giving out food and charging for it. Well, I ended up getting really, really sick to going in the hospital. So if that hadn't happened, I would have finished the ECT sometime this spring. And I was looking at hopping up to Katahdin and doing southbound so that I could get the trail done in 1 year. But I like to do long distance trails because the Pinhote's nice, but it's 350 miles. You can do that in 30 days or less. Most people do it in 2 weeks. Okay, I'm looking for something long-term because I'm doing long-term traveling. So I'm not going to do a short trail. That's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, because then I know I'm going to be on here for, this trail will take me anywhere from 12 to 18 months, possibly 2 years if certain things go certain ways. Okay, so Alfred, the world needs dog walkers. Yes. Okay, guys. All right, tainted sex pill. Nice. Nobody likes Ringo Starr. Okay. You're very smart. Just because you're a nomad doesn't mean you deserve for someone to say you're unhoused. Don't worry about what others say about you. I find your situation very interesting. Yeah, that's why it's always important to get to know, whether it be a homeless person or a traveler, you should always get to know something about them. Why are they traveling? And it's not to judge them. It's not to sit there and say, oh, well, we need to get them out of our city, or this is somebody we're okay with having in our city. I mean, part of that happens, but you should always get to know your travelers and your homeless people, because they have different reasons why they're out here. And the way that the politicians go out there and say they're nothing but lazy bums and drug addicts, and we need to criminalize homelessness because they're taking all your tax dollars. Or you got the other side that says, oh, these people are poor and destitute, we need to feed them and make them so codependent on the system that they can never get off. And so both sides are screwing the homeless by using the rhetoric. And so if you don't really get to know your homeless person, you don't know what homelessness really is on that level, because there's so many reasons, whether it be business owners that lost their stuff, whether it be, I met many people that because of the lockdowns that they had to shelter in place, they were in the middle of traveling, they lost everything. They lost their job, they lost their home, and they were stuck in a homeless shelter in the middle of nowhere because they weren't allowed to do anything because the whole world shut down for supposed to be 2 weeks, turned into like 5 months. Okay, it took 5 months before my main client came back online. So that's how long we were shut down. And most of the country was shut down for anywhere from like 3 months to a year. Because of this craziness. And so all of the damage that happens, you won't know what actually has happened and the ramifications of the things in which our leaders are doing, unless you see those that are like that are heavily affected of it, and finding out how they're being affected, whether it be the pharmaceutical industry with the opioids and the Ritalin epidemic. Okay, they created a whole generation of meth addicts, and now these kids are being, are being ran down by society as drug addicts, when it was the pharmaceuticals that were just giving everybody the pill because they just wanted to make a profit. And now these kids have to suffer the consequences for the rest of their life, and then get beat up by society for it, and it wasn't even their fault. And so again, this is why you get to know your travelers and your homeless people, because then you get to see the real destruction that's happening in this country. Okay, not everybody was just like, I decided I wanted to be homeless and be you don't originally decide to be homeless. After it happens to you long enough, you just decide it's better than the alternative because you just gave up. Okay, keep going with your cute dog and enjoy life. You deserve it. Thank you very much, Kim. Much appreciated. Ringo's mom does. Oh, God. I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but I know you guys are shit talking. I'm happy about it, but damn you guys. So, looks like you need a quick dip in the creek. Yes. If we stay here tomorrow, I am definitely getting in that creek. I've been wanting to go swimming, and it's really messed up considering I got a hotel and a shower yesterday. I could have done it today and saved $70. So, people have been, normal trail is normal action to take for hundreds of years. To live as a traveler was only seen as bad in the last 60 years. Of course, because we've tried to centralize society. One of the things that I see, and I get to see it in conversations, and this is a negative effect of the Christian church, is self-deprecation. You were taught that because of the original sin, that you are a worthless human being, and so on and so forth. And so that not only does the church use that as a way to, keep you coming back, because, you're born a sinner, and the only way you're ever going to get to heaven is if you go to church and you believe in Jesus. And then, from that, then that creates more self-deprecation within society, where, I have people that are apologizing for things that they shouldn't apologize for, because society has taught us to loathe ourselves, and then the ruling elites take advantage of that and go, yes, we are blessed by God, so that's why we have all of it, and if you weren't such a lazy sinner, you would be just like us, and so therefore what I do to you, you deserve, because you are a sinner. And so therefore, not only religion, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, gets used as a tool to grind the normal man down from his original potential of who he is. The original sin is a lie to keep you under thumb. You are not responsible for your father's sins. The things that my father did, I'm not responsible for. That's on him. He's accountable for his own life. And when it comes to my son, he's not accountable for my actions. All I am is just an example for him to live off of. So you need a collar for Sam on the trail. I have a collar. Now the one that Scott has. Now that's the one I really want, but I don't have $1,000 for that. That thing is, and it's a prescription too. So I mean the cost for it, but it's absolutely amazing. I would want something like that. But Sam has a collar. We're down here, so I let her roam. When we get to camp, I take the leash off of her. Doing the road walk, she doesn't get a lot of off-leash time. So, oh, hey, Jago. I missed you. What's up, Jago? There you are. All right, did I miss anybody else? No, I hope not. And if I have, it's by accident. Sorry, get freaky. Yeah. What's up, Dr. Bong? I like the name. Okay. We all know you gave that room for Sam. She needed that. Yeah, she overheated today, and I didn't even notice it. I mean, I noticed it, but I was getting mad at her because I'm like, I'm fine with it. I've been out here for so long that the heat doesn't bother me the way it bothers everybody else, because my body isn't used to climate control. My climate control is the changes in temperature, and 1 to 2 degrees makes a huge difference to me. Okay, so but yeah, you're kind of right. It's the Friar Tuck show. Yeah. Okay. I would love to have you to a train hopping videos on your travel. Yes, Melody, and I've done some train hopping videos with Sam, especially being on trail. When we go into cities, it's almost like she forgot who she was, and it's really irritating because now she jumped up at the lady at the Dollar General, and I broke her of that before we left Cincinnati. Now all of a sudden she's reverted back to her feral training. She's a feral princess. So okay, how do you make money to live while traveling? Well, Kim, you see, I have a YouTube channel. So in order to get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers. I have 3,000, I actually got 3,200, and you have to have over 4,000 watch hours, which I made that a long time ago. This channel has been monetized for this month is my 1-year anniversary. I've been running this channel for 2 years, which this month is my 2-year anniversary. I got monetized in 11 months, which is pretty standard if you're going to go the YouTube route. My next goal is 5,000 subscribers, which then will allow me to get sponsorships. So if you watch YouTube videos where people do gear reviews, those companies send them the gear, pay them money to review the gear. Sometimes you have to send the gear back. It's only there just to be able to do the video. Sometimes you get to keep the gear. And so once that 5,000 mark comes up, that will open up a whole new avenue and really change the money I make. So right now, I make maybe a couple $100 through like my super chats and my ad revenue. I make like another $100 or so over on Patreon. So if you want to become a Patreon subscriber, the way it works is there's a $5, $10, and $20. All of them get the same thing. Some people $20 is a drop in the hat. For other people, $20 is a tank of gas. And so, whatever it is that you can afford, I don't really want it to be a burden for you, but still like not let income be a restriction. Okay, everybody has what they feel comfortable with, and so therefore they give what they can give, and that's kind of how, I believe in doing it by volume. Also, if you look down in the description, there are affiliate links. So whenever you click on one of those links, and then whether you buy the item that is in the link, or you just or you take that out of your cart and add something else, for 24 hours, whatever you buy and put in your shopping cart, I get commission on. It's really not much. I maybe make like $10 every few months, but that's kind of how I make my money as far as what I do here. And plus, randomly, we have Trail Magic people just run up and give us, a $5 bill, a $10 bill. Once in a while, I'll see a $100 bill. And they're like, hey, have a beer on me. Hey, life looks rough. You look like you could, use something. Here you go. Hope this helps in your travels. And, it always does, because, it just kind of offsets my costs. It costs me about, on trail, it's a lot more expensive than it was in Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, I could live off of about $300 a month and be comfortable. Whereas out here on trail, I need to kind of make somewhere around $600 to $1,000 to be able to, go through towns and not have to worry about it. If I need a hotel room because I haven't been able to get a shower or come across the campground, I can afford it, and it's not going to hurt me. So that's kind of that's kind of my whole thing. And Kim, one thing you'll learn about me and this channel, my life and everything is an open book. That's why we have the family connection here that we do. So. Okay, McMinn, it's all good. Okay, good dog, Sam. Yeah, she can be a good dog when she wants to be, but she's still a feral princess. So, okay, my favorite trail is the West Highland Way in Scotland. It's part of the International Appalachian Trail. In Scotland? How is that part of the International Appalachian Trail? There's no connector unless you're taking a ferry or something. Or, like, how are you getting there from Canada? That's the question. So, what's up? Oh, hey, Just a Guest. Nice to see you. Okay, Mr. Orange, okay. I like to Adderall once to the Blue Moon, take it at 11 p.m. and stay up all night watching movies. Yeah, but see, the thing is that means it wasn't for you. My uncle, who was one of the biggest meth dealers in Portland, he would do it and he'd fall right asleep, because that was, he did have ADHD. And so that would have been real medication for him. But for the average person, if you're not falling asleep and it doesn't slow you down, then it wasn't meant for you, and you're using it improperly. But there are uses for it. And I met a gypsy joker when I was in Portland that was telling me how he used to mule up and down the West Coast. And he was telling me that, college girls are the #1 buyers of methamphetamines, because they take a tiny little dip and they put it in their coffee and they use it as an appetite suppressant so that they can look good. So a lot of these hot college girls might be, doing that. So, and you're wondering, you're sitting there going, how can they keep their weight under control and I can't? Well, they're using something that, they're using that. Okay, and some of them end up taking it too far and end up out here and doing tricks and all kinds of other things as they degrade if they don't get control over it. So, there is a potential danger to it. So, what are you doing to deal with the bugs on trail? You get used to them. I've been bit by horseflies all day. I hate those assholes. Honestly, they're worse than mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes more than I hate that. But your body, if you're not showering every day, your body does produce natural pheromones to kind of keep them at bay. Versus like if you're showering every day, you're washing a lot of that off. So I mean, because I go like a week between showers, sometimes 2 weeks, I don't have to deal with the bugs as much, and they don't really, the dirt covers up my smell in the same way, like when Sam smells something dead, she goes and rolls in it, and then she tries to roll up on me, and then I get to smell like a dead animal. Well, that is so that she can do what she needs to do in nature, and that's her instinct. And so your body does produce natural things over time. All I need every night is my dog, cold sleeping bag, a warm 40 ounce to freedom. I'd rather smoke a bowl to kind, but you guys know that. I'm a stoner. So, love your channel. Love for you. Best of luck endeavors. I do not have the money to share with you. You don't need to have money. Just be here. Be part of the family. Participate. Your participation, the way that YouTube works, your participation is how I make my money. So as long as you show up and you participate, it helps me out regardless of whether you give me money or not. So don't feel obligated. See, I guess that's the one thing about having a homeless channel is you've got to take a different approach. Now, if I was doing something like tech or business and stuff like that, I'd be like, "What? You're broke?" Da da da. But no, in this genre, expecting people to have money is not something that is in there. Some do, some don't, some will, some won't. It's okay, you know. You drink malt liquor warm. Okay, you get the psycho out of. Okay. Hope all is well with you. Okay, Jules. Okay. Oh, hey, what's up, Fruity Pebbles? So, malt liquor. Alfred LaRock. I'm the real one. You're probably the psycho. Oh, man. Uh-oh, we got a measuring contest. So, what's up, Fruity Pebbles? Depends on who you ask. I can't do any warm beer anymore. It comes right. Yeah, and yeah, well, everybody, anyone here, Afro Man's new Trump song, speaking of Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. No, but if you would share that on, on Patreon, I would love to see it. I can do, okay, so there we go. Better days. Patreon is worth it just for the chat at times. Yeah, that's the main thing, Jeremy. He's like, if you change anything, don't take away chat. I'm like, okay, I'm not taking away chat. So everybody, once you, I don't know if it's in, because there's a free trial, a 7-day free trial. Over there on Patreon, what I do is like little 30-second clips of things that are happening, like the rain today and stuff like that. I generally... I put up there, that way you can see little clips of me going along the trail. Plus you have the chat function, and then also most of the live streams, I put them behind a paywall after this because they usually get really spicy. This one isn't, so I'll leave it public. But the ones that are spicy are gonna definitely be behind the paywall, okay? So, whole milk only for me, no sugar, iced year round. Okay, Christmas to 4th of July, okay. Anyone in Southern Oregon come drink a beer with me? I lost all my homies. Oh, that is so bad. Fentanyl is taking... My buddy Puckett was getting into that, and it was sad, but at least we got him to start, doing less and taking care of his body. So this is a Friar Tuck chat. No, hey, Melody, be nice. Okay, you need cold shower, Alfred. Yeah, he definitely needs a cold shower. Hey, ladies, just so you know, now... right now, I'm having a conversation with somebody, so I am... thank you, Mr. Birchill. I'm taken off the market right now while Fruity Pebbles and I talk, because I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not like doing my normal thing, which is I usually talk to 5 girls at once and just kind of cycle through until I find the one that I want to commit to, and then wait till that, and then run the course with that. But right now, I'm not. If you are looking for a cool dude, Alfred LaRock, you should check him out, man. He might surprise you and be a lot different than what you expect. So if you're single ladies and you might be attracted to me, well, hey, Alfred is good there too. And he'll be more than happy to come take up my slack. So all of you girls that are after me, Alfred is where you should point it to. Okay? So Alfred, I hope I did you a solid. So, and I bet he's probably either pissing himself or getting pissed. So I couldn't agree more, Alfred. Okay. Okay, I always have a beer for Tuck. Okay. Yeah, that fentanyl is no joke. Used to be a connection before continents moved. Okay. And it's 100% manufactured in China. But okay, I did not know it was 100% because I figured, well, yeah, because it's from it's part of a painkiller, isn't it? It's been shown geologically that it is the same mountain range. Oh, okay. That's why. Okay. Okay. Definitely just recreational for me. Okay. What? Fentanyl? Poor meth head girls. Yeah. Well, I met one in Nashville that caught my attention, but she just got out of jail. That's the reason why she caught my attention. She was cleaned up and stuff like that. She hadn't gone back and lost her soul. But yeah, I mean, it's sad to see what happens to them. But you got to realize if there's a dollar to be made or power to be gained, somebody's going to use it as a way to be able to put you under their thumb or to fleece you for everything you got. And so that's why it's important to have self-control and stuff like that. I like to smoke my weed, but if I can't afford it, I'm not going to go, pimp my ass out on a street corner for it either, So smart ones keep their diet low carb, no fast food. I love my fast food. Don't knock fast food. I love my fast food. Even though it's fake, I like it. What wild animals were you? We've been seeing a lot, Stephen. We've been seeing a lot of deer. Sam treed a couple of possums. Or no, they were coons. She treed a couple of coons the other day. Not a lot of squirrels. I mean, we see turtles a lot, and that's kind of strange. I never knew that turtles were outside the beach. I always thought that they were like saltwater. I did not know that they were freshwater, but we've been seeing a lot of them. I even got one out of the road so it didn't get crushed. So, okay, oops button. Okay, like the live. Yes. There are other homeless channels that are not near as good as you. I appreciate that, and I don't know what it is. What it is that I don't know what it is that I do other than the fact I just sit back and have a real conversation with you. But again, you're trying to you're trying to do your own thing. So hey, Melody, okay. Tuck, I always got the kind ganja will puff down one day, brother. Yeah, especially now. If you're gonna, I think you said you're in Oregon, Dakine, so maybe you might want to come down the Pacific Crest Trail and meet me somewhere near the California border and kind of help me go incognito in and out of San Francisco. That might be something to look forward to if you have a chance. So make a rule: if you're in chat, you have to say hi on Patreon. LOL. As far as I can tell, it's only 3 people in that chat. Because a lot of people are having trouble finding it. So, I love that comment, Melody. Please do not smash the Kennedy. He's not any worse. I like that. Okay, but yeah, I don't think a lot of people know how to find it. There are a lot of people. That's why I changed it the way I did. Because, I mean, I was doing the hobo tutorials and nobody was watching them. Or at least I wasn't aware that anybody was watching them except for a random like or something like that from a new person, and then you'd never hear or see from them. But every month they continue to do it, and that's why I changed it to 5, 10, and 20. That way, you're not it's not like you're coming over to another platform just to be able to get access to it. That's not the eagerness. It's more like you want to do something like every month, give me $5, $10, or $20, and just say, hey, you're awesome, Tuck. Let's keep this going. And this is my crowdfunding, how I support myself, how I put myself and Sam in a hotel room, buy food, buy cigarettes, buy my ganja along the way, pay for the little incidentals, buy your dog food, things like that. Yes, Stephen, I did see that. Much appreciated. Okay. Fruity Pebbles. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, Bushcraft, you're finally here. Good to see you. Yeah, we've been talking shit about you the whole time, man. Good thing you missed it. You didn't want to hear what we were talking about. So, okay. Hope Happy Men's Mental Awareness Month. Remember to take care of yourself and that it's okay to ask for help. Your local menace. Well, thank you very much, your local menace. Because of my last couple of relationships is part of what put me in with the MAGTOW movement, and also I listened to a couple of men's rights activists. You don't realize until you start listening how us men are truly mistreated. Now, one of the previous 2 women that I dated, she was because she had a son and she was a social worker. She she was able to kind of sit there and show me how the system was doing it, and showed me a documentary, which is what first exposed me to it. And the thing is it's a lot of mothers that have like that they're raising all boys are becoming men's rights activists so that they can protect their sons growing up from these toxic women's lib things. And that's another thing. I'm loving the soft guy movement. I wish I could find more drizzle content because it is so funny, and I love watching the comments down below. So, okay, he thinks I said that and called me. Okay. Okay. Hey, oh, DFH is here. What's going on? And Fruity Pebbles. Okay, what's up, Nuclear War? Okay, I'm pissed now. Okay, what happened? I'll be in Florida soon, so we can make it that way again. Someone else made a comment that he didn't read it slowly. He just passed, and it was me. Okay, hold on. Someone else made a comment, and he didn't read it slowly. He just passed and thought it was me. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Melody, if he said anything. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I did. Let me go back here, because, I mean, I need to settle this. Fruity Pebbles. There's other homeless channels that are not near. Okay. Well, Melody, if I did that, it was by accident. No offense, Matt. You know that you're important here. Don't. I hope that I didn't, make you. I hope I wasn't the one that made you mad. But anyways, sorry if that happened. I apologize. So, I'll be in Florida soon, so maybe we can, if you make it that way again. Maybe. I got you, Tuck. I got clean whip. I can roll you to San Francisco. That's good. Someone else made a comment. Okay. Okay. What's wrong, Mel? Okay. He will see it will be okay. Yeah. Kennedy as a campaign against the other two trolls. He will do it online. Yeah. Kennedy himself is great, Melody. I like Kennedy, but I don't like his VP. And because of his VP, because of the possibility that that our next, if Trump or if Kennedy were to get elected, their life may be in danger. And if that be the case, you really have to know who their VP is. And Kennedy's VP is. And I don't even know who Trump's VP is, but I'm wondering who's got the scarier VP, okay? Because who their number two is going to be, so either you choose a number two that will keep you alive in the sense that the alternative to you is worse, then they're not going to do anything. But if like somebody like a social justice warrior, like what Kennedy has, dude, that's an incentive, because they don't want somebody like Kennedy in there. They want somebody that's a social justice warrior. So he's trying to appeal to all, and what he's doing is he's putting his life in danger and making it a much easier decision to who do we want? Do we want him, who's going to withdraw the United States from all foreign countries? Yes, more power to him. I want him to do that. But on the other sense, the left, the uber left, wants a social justice warrior in the White House, so it would be an incentive to get rid of him. So, what would $3 get you? $3. It will buy me a breakfast sandwich at a gas station. They're usually like $2.99 plus tax, so I'll have to come up with tax, but still. Okay, sweet. It's calling off Messenger. I think, Okay. I kind of, I figured as much. I just wasn't 100% sure. I respond to you should put a sign on the back of your book bag with your YouTube name. You wouldn't believe how many people would go by and look you up just because of people being curious. That's a thought. But my YouTube name is too long, and that's why I showed you my YouTube name, because I stopped trying to explain, because people don't know how to spell epoch. They don't even know what epoch means, and it's like, okay, I probably used the wrong word that wasn't understandable. What epoch means is it means a journey. It's like Homer's Iliad. And Iliad is a life-changing journey. And so this is the story of my life-changing journey. The ups, the downs, the from zero to hero moments. Okay, so that's why I named it the Epoch of Friar Tuck. But it's more complicated than my previous name, which was Hobo Prepper, which I thought that would be good until I started getting discriminated. Hey, what's up, Rugsy? Nice to see you. He made me look stupid in here. Melody, it wasn't on purpose. I'm sorry. Okay, Tuck asks for help whenever he loses his favorite grippy socks and needs a new pair. Yep, that's true. He needs to slow down and take a better look at the reply words. Okay, so do you park off your, do I park off my weed? I don't know what you mean. Nobody thinks you're okay. Yeah, it's okay. No need to go back. I was getting trolled. Okay. All right. I'll find out. I'll ask Jeremy over on Patreon, or you can reach out to me and explain. Ow, fuckers. You can explain it to me there. Okay, Melody. But we'll get this resolved. Don't get upset. Like I said a few live streams ago. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things get said. You know, we'll handle it in private, and you know, we'll make sure that things are corrected, because there's never any ill will or ill intent towards any of you, unless you get hostile towards me. Then you'll get to see my inner asshole. So you can go for. Oh no, Melody, I'm sorry, bro. I can't tell you how amped I am for the debate. I don't really see it. I think that the debate is okay. So 10% of the electorate that voted for Biden, it said that if they would have known about the Hunter Biden laptop, that they would not have voted for Joe Biden. Okay, so the left already knows this. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop Trump by chipping away at his armor, by using psychological tricks to be able to get the average person to go against him. Okay, so what they're going to be doing is they're hoping to pull 10 to 20% of voters away from him, whether it goes to him, Biden, or whether it goes to RFK. They don't really care, as long as it doesn't go to Trump. The whole thing is right now, anybody but Trump. Because again, RFK's VP pick is a shoe-in for him to really not survive his first term to begin with. So if RFK wins, it's still a win for them, because they're going to have a social justice warrior in the White House one way or another. And if he doesn't play ball, well, you know, things will happen. Okay, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to use the whole thing that, what is he, got 43 felonies, and they're going to say, do you want a felon in the White House, and all this other stuff, and they're going to virtue signal, and because CNN's doing it, all of their people that sit there and watch it are going to believe it hook, line, and sinker, because they've been fed propaganda for the last 4 years. And so, I mean, I really don't think, I think that the debate is that they're trying to blow the debate up in Trump's face. And that's why they didn't think he would accept it, because they were setting him up. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be better than you. Now, what I'm going to be interested to see in this whole debate is whether or not Trump is aware enough of it, strong enough of it, and can outmaneuver the whole left. Not Biden, but the left as a whole. The crazy left, not the liberals, but the crazy left. Okay, get them. He's going to have to troll them and get them out and do to them what he was doing during the Republican primary. Why are you killing it for Kennedy? I'm not killing it for Kennedy. I'm being honest. What's wrong with that? I mean, would you rather me keep my mouth shut and just be like, okay, well, let's just hope for the best, even though there is a possibility of this, rebooted, offering handlebar rides again. Yes, but is it a handlebar mustache, or is it the handlebars on his bike? That's the question I keep asking. So, Tuck, you need to find a 7-Eleven or something. I'll get you a 12-pack of Coke and a bag of ice. It's going to be a 90-minute shit show. You know what? If there's probably not a 7-Eleven in there. There's like Dollar Generals and stuff like that along the way. But I can buy myself a 12-pack of Coke and some ice. I mean, if you want to contribute, you could just like send a couple bucks my way to pay for the ice, because I can use my stamps to pay for a 12-pack of Coke. And so, yeah, you just pay for the ice, which is what, $3? So, Take a chance. Okay, you think Kennedy is more of a disaster than the other two. No, none of them are a good choice. I'm just saying that I was supporting Kennedy, and I was even on here. I was saying, I think Kennedy's going to be the best choice. But once he made his VP pick, he lost my support. That's really where it's at. So there is nobody worth supporting on all of this. Okay, and that's really what I'm saying, Melody. It's not even about taking a chance. I'm not willing, in the same way, I'm not going to take a chance with Sam's life. I'm not going to take a chance with my country. I'm not going to go pick the lesser of two evils and hope that it turns out for the best, because it's still going to turn out for the worst. And that's what's got us where we're at in the first place. It's about time that we give a vote of no confidence and say, quit putting defective leaders in front of us and put real leaders in front of us. And until then, we will not accept your authority. And by that, we won't be voting. You will get more politicians listening to you. If we had less than a 40% turnout for the presidential election, do you realize all of these politicians would be pissing themselves right now if that happened? Because there's normally a 50 to 60 or like a 55 to 60% turnout just for the presidential election. There's 40% during midterms, but when there's a presidential election, everybody votes. And so if you have that number drop way below 50%, the politicians are going to start pissing themselves. They will. Let us know, Epoch. I was asking myself, Epoch is a genius. No, Epoch is a life-changing journey. So I walked about 10 miles today and played with a ear loadout. Oh, okay. Hooking up on trail with chicks from the internet. That's a long channel name. Oh God, I knew. Hey, you know what though? We've already got my stick picked out there, Jeremy. So, anyways, I don't want to see the inner outer asshole, to be honest. No. Nobody wants to see that. But the thing is I've showed it a few times. That's not that bad. Okay. Mr. Orange is, okay. It's all about the game. I'm voting to pack, my Grail, Ultra Press. It's super convenient and matches my hat. Okay. Is that the same Grail that I hear Jeremy talk about? Got my Pathfinder cup for the Grail. Okay, yes it is. Okay, Bushcraft flashes his water filter like a... Oh my God. Just because I'm jealous doesn't mean you have to keep bringing it up. Oh dear God. Hey, Bushcraft, do you use that Grail? I'm curious how long those cartridges filters last. I don't know. I think Jeremy and I were talking about it. It would last like 3 weeks or 3 months. Do you use, okay, that looks a lot like Reagan. They take shots at everyone that is not in the two-party ticket or that challenges the establishment. Trump was a fluke. That's what showed them that they didn't have control. So what they did is they used the next crisis, hint, hint, cough, cough, to be able to take complete control over the system. So just because we're sitting there talking about voting, do we really have the autonomy? That is the reason why for the last two presidents, we haven't had a legitimate president. If half the country isn't willing to accept the president because of whatever, then that is almost the same as a vote of no confidence. But our politicians are using that to send us into civil war. Okay, I went with the, okay. Going best, okay. Anyways, Jigo, it lasts about 40 gallons. I leave it with full, maybe about 2 to 3 months for me, depending on use, just daily hikes and stuff. Okay. 65 gallons on each filter. And so you're going to be going through at least 2 liters. So convert your liters to, if you're doing like long distance hiking or you're trying to do something like that, you're going to go through about 2 liters of water a day between cooking and drinking. So maybe 3 liters tops. So, okay, I use a rain barrel outside. Yeah, I was hearing something. I didn't hear all of it, but I was hearing something about how rainwater is really not good to be collected because of all the stuff it's taking out of the air. And maybe it was just about Palestine, Ohio, with that big explosion that happened with the, what was it, Norfolk Southern that derailed a train up there. And nobody's even talking about that anymore. I mean, how is it? I'm surprised I haven't come across any signs that say that it was there, because it was supposed to be like a nuclear explosion went off. But I guess apparently I haven't come close to the city. I thought I would. Okay, so if it's nasty water, it will be less. Always pre-filter. Okay, it has a filter mesh to keep the bugs out. Tarps are great for water collection if it rains at night. Yes, they are. Even when you're not trying to collect water. I won't be drinking it until I clean it, Mr. Tuck. It's just, it is just water. It's the asbestos and other chemicals in shingles. You don't want to drink that. Okay. It's the surface that catches the rain that makes it good or bad. Okay, yeah, so like, anything on the asphalt is not going to be good because it's going to have oil in it. So yeah, that makes sense. But being out here, when it rained, like when we got that rain a couple days ago, oh my goodness, that was something else. Hold on. As soon as we found a water source, like where it was collecting, which was right there at a creek alongside the road. And it was a rural road, like there was really nothing going on there. That was fresh, clean water. And it was almost like drinking ice cold water. It was so amazing. That's on the things that I value most out on trail are clean water, cold water, but crisp water. Things that are coming out of the springs, things that have it's not really getting touched by man. It's in its most natural state that you can get it in, considering the circumstances and the environment. So if I'm going to die, I won't go from thirst. Yeah, no. Dealing with a day's worth of dehydration was pretty bad. I would rather starve to death than dehydrate to death, because at least you can deal with the hunger pains, the bloating, and then the loss of circulation and all that stuff that happens. And then just like the shock that your body goes into once you start, putting fluids back in your body, that is kind of scary. It's beyond scary. Luckily, I had somebody that gave me a ride down to the Dollar General because I couldn't make it to the Dollar General, so that I could get the supplies I needed to rehydrate myself. So rain catchment is very safe when using Berkey system. Okay, I have filters. Hey Tuck, how's the flow on that filter you have? Is it as serious to draw through like a life straw? Okay, so yes and no. I still haven't done any backwash of it yet. I should have, but last night I was so tired. I just threw all my stuff on the bed, laid down, had my chat, and then kind of went to sleep. And I didn't backwash it, but I think a lot of because at first it flowed real quick, and earlier today it was flowing quick. I think that there's something with the way that the airflow is, and the way that you tighten it. And so every time I drink it, I squeeze it, and then I pop the lid so it lets the air back in, so it doesn't ruin my bottle, because the plastic and the creases will cause it to get holes in it much quicker. But you're still gonna have to squeeze. It's maybe a little bit harder than the Sawyer, but not by much. Maybe a little bit noticeable, but not by much. The reason why I like this is because of how much you get to be able to do your own care. So let me show you here real quick. Okay, so the reason why I like this, and I showed you guys this before, is that this part right here unscrews from here. So then that means, so I'm gonna take that off, okay? And then, hold on. From there, oh crap. So I've got a washer and everything. I gotta be careful. I don't wanna get sand in it. But then I've got this, which is the washer, and then Here, I need to replace this filter. I think that's kind of what's causing the problem. But it's slowly cleaned itself out. And then when you take this off, you get to see the guts. So if you have to do a washout, if you want to see if it's dirty, if it's clean, you get to see the inside a lot better than on a Sawyer, which you just kind of got to, if the flow ain't right, you got to hope that that's the solution for it and that there's not something else going wrong with it. When you have the ability to see in the guts a lot more, it's a lot easier. So, but that's just that. This is a creature comfort and creature comfort and a convenience to have. I mean, there's other ways to do it. I could sit back and boil a bunch of water every night and make sure that I have water, to get me through to the next place. Okay. So Fruity Pebbles, Berkey filters are getting hard to find at a reasonable price since they got pulled from the market. Okay. Charcoal, sand, and pebbles. Watch the video for this. Okay. Okay, that's the kids out there. I like your channel because I see all these van lifer videos getting presents from folks, and I dig that cardboard gift box out of the dumpster to fly a sign for gas and food. Damn trustafarians. Okay, hold on. I like the channel because okay, video. Okay. The Katahdin Be Free is by far the best filter out of the microfilament filters. Okay. Have you used the stove yet or still burning through the propane? I've used the stove. I actually used it to as a deterrent when we were in the Little Smokies because we were hearing coyotes around. So I know if you burn a fire when you're out here, and this was knowledge that was passed on to me, it'll keep a lot of like the bears, the wolves, the coyotes away because they smell it and instinctually it acts as a deterrent. So on trail, I couldn't just sit there and make a fire. So because I didn't have a fire pit, there was no designated campsite. So I just sat there and put a bunch of fuel in there and let it burn through the night. It was nice I love the smell of a fire. So I've already used it a couple of times for that purpose, but I'm still working on the propane or on the isobutane actually. So, okay, decline 100%. Dan. Okay. So, all right, guys. So you guys know once I start getting towards the end of comments and stuff like that, that I start doing my my shut off of the show. And again, yeah, I'm kind of running on fumes to begin with. I told you I only had 3 hours sleep, but we've gone for almost an hour and a half. It's not one of our long ones, but it's been a while. And yesterday, and by the way, guys, whenever I'm on somebody else's channel, I notice you guys, and I try and pay attention to the comments, but when I'm on somebody else's channel, I'm watching I'm watching the comments and trying to respond while I'm doing the topic that I'm there for, because I'm getting invited on to be able to talk about specific topics, specific things. It's not really random, even though it may seem like it's random. There is some methodology to it. So when I'm on the other channels, I want to say thank you for participating and being there and doing all that stuff. But when I'm over here, I always make sure to read through and read everybody's comment. We're a family, so we're gonna fight together and we're gonna love together and we're gonna have fun together. So I mean, this is a family dynamic. So those that are here, yeah, this is how we do it. Those of you that are new, I welcome you back to every one of my live streams, because this is really where you're going to get the meat and potatoes if you want a real-time updates of what's going on the trail and things like that. This gives you an opportunity to know what's going on. Plus, I tell you kind of human intelligence as far as like what's going on in the cities, what's going on in these regions, things like that. Things that I noticed from my perspective that I can pass on to you to kind of give you hints of either this is what it's going to be like when you travel through. These are the nice places, the not so nice places. And then you've also got, the other things as well. So show up here, become part of the family, and we'll have a good old time. If you want to contribute to the channel financially, it's always down in the description. Otherwise, just become a subscriber. Don't forget to hit the like button. And I love seeing you guys in chat. I love working with y'all. So let's see here. Okay, kind of like the other channels are watching you. Hold on a second. Yeah, I missed your streams. I don't think anybody's watching my stuff. I don't think other channels are. If they're trying to get information from me, they're not getting anything that they can really, you know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. If I start seeing things happen where topics that I'm talking about are starting to be talked about, then I'll think that. But I'm not sure that I'm not that important yet. When I get to like 100,000 or 200,000 subscribers, then those other channels that are looking for somebody to mirror or to go and jump off of their to jump off of their content, you know, they're looking at channels like that. I'm not big enough to be on the radar right now. What does hold on? Oh crap! It just okay. What does $3 get me food wise? Hold on a second. Did something happen here? Hold on. Okay. Okay. Steven, yeah, $3 will get me a breakfast sandwich, $2.99. That's usually what they are at the gas stations. I love eating those, the sausage, egg, and cheese. That's my favorite one to get. So I'll have that, and I stopped by today, and I replaced, because I left my I left my cup in Russellville. Just maybe somebody would pick it up, look out where they could get it, and maybe they'd find my channel. I don't know. But it was so banged up, and then I ended up losing the one that Scott sent me a few days back. I don't know. It must have been, you know, something happened. I don't know. It bugs me that I'm losing stuff, but you know, it happens. It's part of being on trail. The stuff that's like that I look at as irreplaceable, I still have. I mean, that's why I went back for my water filter today. But so I ended up for $3. I ended up finding that at the Dollar General. So now I can drink my coffee and have my own breakfast sandwich. So that'll be good. Or, you know, I can go and, I mean, there's stuff at the Dollar General that I can get, like a bag of donuts or something for breakfast. So enjoy your day, Tuck. It's night here. Oh, wow. How do you know other channels that I watch are watching you? I don't, Melody. I don't. I'm just saying, just from my observation, I haven't seen other people that seem like I don't see other content that's mirroring mine, because when I look at vidIQ for content suggestion, I've only had maybe 1 or 2 of my videos ever recommended, like as a topic. I'm like, no, I already did that one, and there's the video. It's at the top of their list. But you know, I really haven't seen it en masse like I would expect. But I don't know. Love together. I stopped doing homeless orgies the time I blacked out and woke up in SeaWorld. Was Shamu next to you? So family for some of us who doesn't have any family, respect, kindness over all, thanks. Yes. Okay. Have a good sleep, Mr. Tuck. Yes, they are. Troll was definitely attacking me. Okay. Have a good night, all. Safe travels, Tuck. Oh, wow. You guys really... DFH, Stephen Donnelly. Okay. Good, Melly. I think that I talk too much in your live. I don't... You know, Melody, you are a permanent fixture here. If you do not show up, I will notice. Like, I noticed you weren't there last night. That's why I said something. I notice when you're there. I like it that you participate. It helps. Just because other people want to attack you, this is our channel. This is as our family, as our group, as our community. And we all love you. And that's the only thing that matters. Screw everybody else. And if they can't... You know, as a friend once told me, fuck them if they can't take a joke, okay? You're here, we love you, that's all that matters, screw them, okay? I have to ignore the trolls, and luckily, you know, Jeremy keeps the trolls at bay for the most part, but before Jeremy, I just had to ignore them and know that they were baiting me. So if you get stickers with your info on it, then stick it on everything, so if you leave something by accident, at least you have advertising. Good idea, DFH. Few roll-ups out the window. Okay, they are watching you. Okay. Will you send me some of those channel? I would love to see who's watching me and what they're saying, because it would kind of help me, with content that I'm making. Because if they're misstating things, I would love to be able to have an opportunity not only to call them out, but to correct the record. So 20 views, 20 likes, good live. Yes, I was a bit late for this one. That's okay. Okay, so Shamu woke you up. Okay, you're using the stove. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I already answered that. I found you because I was homeless. Okay. You didn't show up for me on YouTube last night. Yeah, that was because the way that All American Prepper uses a third-party software, and if you want to be able to show up on both channels, you have to use the YouTube software. That's the important part. Alfred, he said okay, yeah. I am still, Tuck teaches me the way. Okay, did you go? Hold on, Sam, come over here. Okay, so guys, I gotta go because we got somebody here. I got everybody through. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's live stream.